Today we're going to talk about an amazing composer. His name is Antonio Vivaldi, and he was born in 1678 in Venice, Italy. Now his father was a great violinist and he worked for St. Mark's Basilica. Now Vivaldi was quite of a sickly kid, so he wasn't out playing with the other friends a lot. It looks like he might have had asthma. But he did love God and he loved the church, and by the time he was 15, he began preparing for priesthood, and he actually ended up becoming a priest. In 1703, he became ordained in the Catholic Church, and he was known as the Red Priest because he had red hair. Now, he gave Mass, but not for very, very long. Different reasons that people aren't really sure of. Maybe he felt called in a different ministry. Some speculate that his asthma just made it really difficult for him to stand up there and do that. But at the same time as he was studying the priesthood, he'd also always been studying music under his father, and he loved music as well. So he was excused from his regular priestly duties, stopped giving Mass, and he devoted himself completely to music. Now, the year that this happened, the church appointed him to the Ospedale della Pietà, and I might mispronounce that, which was an orphanage for girls, and he became the music teacher there. He became a composer, he became a performer. Now this orphanage was a very special orphanage. It was just for girls, and it taught them music so that they could grow up and have a job that was something other than being, falling into poverty or going down a difficult path. During this time, Mr. Vivaldi became really famous. People loved his music. They loved his Four Seasons. He wrote operas. He produced these great productions. And he became well-known, well-liked, well-established among patrons, like noble people, royalties. And he traveled all over. He went to Rome and just conducted and had his music all over the place. But over time, musical taste changed, and people weren't so into what he was doing anymore. And at the shift, he started losing patrons quite a bit. Popularity in Venice really decreased a lot. He tried to revive his career by finding new people, but nobody was really interested. And he ended up dying in 1714 in some poverty. He was never able to completely revive the glory of his years. Now, this might surprise you. After he died, other composers became really well known, like Handel and Bach, and people that were also really good. And his music actually started disappearing, and after a while, nobody had even heard of it. So here we have this amazing stuff that Vivaldi wrote, and there was a few centuries where nobody ever heard it, was absolutely oblivious, hadn't even a clue who Vivaldi was, until 1920s in a monastery. There were over 400 of his works found. 1920s, guys. That's just a century ago now. This definitely sparked renewed interest. Symphonies started playing his music, especially, of course, the Four Seasons, because it is so beautiful. And of course, his music was never completely gone. We found it, but it wasn't played. It was hidden. It was neglected for over about 200 years. But now everybody knows, at least they're familiar with the tunes, and we all get to enjoy it. It's just never too late.